We're gonna try this number 40 again. So I got a decent permit, 2 days, around 25 miles, 1 day of about 30, and then the last day is like really easy. Heading down to Couch Creek. I understand there's a bridge over it again. So it's the third time this year. Been different every time. We'll see what awaits. Well, still socked in. There's a pretty nice view of the mountain right here without clouds. So these original cans, or the one that they put in for 2 iterations ago, are still good. Version 3. Wow, an explosion on this tree. That's amazing. Into the war zone. All this is recent. Crossed on that little log down there before. Before they put in this nice new bridge. Thank you, trail crews. And back to the empty channel. Stand here so I can do 3 shots of the 3 times that I've been here. Amazing. Last week, this was the creek. I wonder how much longer this bridge is going to last before this side just collapses. It's quite angular. That's just gonna go anytime. Oh, recent rains have filled this up a little bit. That's pretty cool. Oh.
We meet again on the other side of the mountain.
I've got this going.
Oh.
You want to say hi?
Hi.
So, Katie.
What's up, Steve?
This year, I've elected to do the trail in 4 days.
This year I've elected to do it in 3 days for a few reasons.
For a number of reasons. Number 1, the weather forecast is really good.
1, I happen to have the days off.
And number 2, I'm retired, so I've got all the days off.
Number 2, the weather forecast is fabulous.
And number 3...
What's number 3?
And number 3...
Well, I'm going to tell my former self back in 2007. That number 3 should have been.
I decided to turn the 3-day into a 4-day.
I'm actually going to do it in 4 days because that's what I ended up doing anyway, you dumbass. Where's the lights?
Oh, I'll get the lights for you.
Whoops. Put something here. Yep,
Got
looks
my
the same.
Roll of toilet paper sitting out on the bed.
Oh, you do have lights.
There are lights, yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty high tech in here.
Do you have any mice?
Not today. There's we have a bucket of death set up and no mice drowned in there last night, so
A bucket of death?
yep. It's the little mouse diving board. But yeah,
Let me see.
no casualties. Pretty high tech.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Love it.
Yeah, pretty fun.
Good morning. I've got something in my throat.
I guess this is the leisure hike. So I just spent an hour at the ranger cabin with, shooting the breeze with Katie. Third time this year. Shadow down there. Bridge is bouncing. Little break before Emerald Ridge up here. Always is spectacular. I wasn't gonna mention these rocks going downhill from here because I have so many times over the years, but I just came so close to doing a total face plant by tripping on a rock and then having other one slide underneath me as I was trying to catch my balance. A little chipmunk waiting for me here. Last bridge checkout. Stopped here, as I always do, on this ready-made bench for a little break. Snack. It's like perfectly suited for a break. Lots of berries. All of St. Andrews Park. You can see the trail all the way over there. This rock looks adequate. Never seen this before. This usually is a nice view towards the Puyallup formations, but this cloud is coming right up over the ridge. I clack here. Last year I was charged by a bear barreling out of the trees with a cub. She broke off and the cub climbed a tree and then she retreated, but I just want to let them know I'm coming. Right, here's the sign. Every time I pass, I take a photo. Try to get the same orientation, so you can kind of get different seasons. Let's walk into Aurora Lake. I'd be descending into clouds for a significant time. A bit different than the last time I came this way. This was a big mess. Boy, the crews had to do a lot of chopping. That's still furious. Yeah, you kind of stride past this as the casual hiker. Gotta have an appreciation for the people that trail crews that clear this out. I was on this section early season before the crews had hit it. Huge trees that they had to take care of. In the cloud again. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not rain. It's not wet. Just can't see anything. But it's nice and cool. Yeah, I still have plenty of light left. I've done many a trip, clockwise trip, coming through here, Silver Forest in the dark. Sun's been down for about 2 hours. I'm in Silver Forest now, even decades ago, so I guess I'm not doing too bad. This is one of my favorite areas. It's 7:40. It's starting to get dark in the woods. I'm gonna have to pull out the headlamp here pretty soon. Very close to Golden Lakes. So I'm in a tent. I don't think I've used a tent since 2009. Hopefully I can get at least 4 hours of sleep tonight. It's 11:30. Got my alarm set for 4. It's kind of nice. I bought this Plexamid Z-Packs before I retired. Set it up in the yard. Took pictures of it, and this is the first time I've actually used it. Today was actually pretty leisurely. Started at 6 a.m. but it's a 25-mile day. Barely had to use my headlight to get into camp. So I just set up the tent and ate and, you know, hung my bag and all that stuff. And it's not even 9 o'clock yet. Oh, which is kind of nice. I'm going to settle down with my pillow. Boy, I'm getting soft. And my tent and get like 7 hours of sleep. 6:30 a.m. Slept for like 8 hours last night. Approaching the point where this trail drops and got the long wooded section that leads down to the Mowich rivers. I've been going now for 2.5 hours. This stretch is very long. Well, this is a prime example of how these huge trees have shallow root systems. That's not very deep. This is still pretty minimal flow offshoot. I wonder if this cable is the one that I held on to a few years ago coming across. I see what's going on here. This is where the regular trail is, but the last time I was here, this was an active channel. This shows me right on the path though. One can always count on changes on the river crossings. Okay, this picks up the regular trail and goes by the South Mowich River camp. As we've seen, that's the new South Mowich channel joining up with the North Mowich. Not a soul in sight at Mowich Lake. Take a break here and air out my tent. Perfect fit for this Durston Wapta 30. Just gonna take a walk around the site, the camp here, under its new status as nobody can drive. Pretty nice though for backpackers coming through here with the picnic tables and the food storage and the trash disposal and bathrooms that have toilet paper and Purell. Not done yet. Interesting how he's doing it around the railroad ties though. Okay, off to Spring Park. Entering Spray Park proper. think it's good that this area is getting a chance to recover with a road closure. This may be it. Only shot of the mountain. Just cleared up. And now, until I get down to there, I just have rocks. I much prefer doing this on snow. Temporary reprieve. Pretty fine evening. Well, it's 4:15. Now I may feel like I'm a couple hours behind where I should be, but this is kind of a very special evening, all in all. With the ambiance and the cool weather and the sun and the mist. So fantastic for my 40th, I think. I'll put up with the rocks. You cannot really make very good time on this trail. You're always stepping over or on or something, or stepping down, or big steps. Ugh. There are just a few sections where it's actually like regular trail. Takes a toll on your legs too. Whew. Okay. It's beautiful up there, but I'm really glad to be off that trail. It's still really flowing. Ah, that one. This mist is starting to feel like rain. I'm climbing up through Moraine Park to Mystic Pass, which is at 6,000 feet, and I'm at 3,500 feet. So I have 2,500 feet to climb. Carbon Glacier. Right here at Dick Creek. I need to fill up on the water. So probably be the last video I'm taking for tonight. My kids suggested I should have a theme for this 40th. My son said you should do the one-legged squat hike for the entire trail. And my daughter's like, oh, you should do the backwards hiking hike for the entire trail. But I think I'm just gonna call this the leisure hike. Here I am, White River Campground. My Wonderland Trail number 40 is a complete bust. Started off this morning, and between the heat and the smoke, it destroyed me. I barely did a little more than half of what I was supposed to do today, and it took me almost all day to do it. So I don't know what's going on. Usually on a one-day trip, I cover the same distance for these 2 days, Longmire to White River, in 15 or 16 hours. So there's some problems there for sure. I'll come back and finish it though, but for right now, I gotta exit from here.
We'll save Suffering 102 for next year.
Day 3 on the Wonderland. Unlike yesterday, clear skies. Be a nice sunrise here pretty soon. In 2007, after I crossed a bridge, I surprised a bear, like right in here. He huffed at me and did a little posturing, and then basically ran down, stand up, kept checking me out, and then he rock hopped across the river over there. That was pretty cool. On my first Wonderland in 1987, my wife and a buddy actually hiked into here to surprise me and met me with wine and a picnic lunch. I think we were eating right in here somewhere. Well, this is a fine day. As I'm approaching Skyscraper Pass here, I want to talk about age. You know, I'm 70, and yes, I'm in good shape for my age. I do a lot of things to make sure, you know, I've got a dedicated bike trainer at home, and I do Leo, and I have goals that keeps me going, like for doing something like this. But realities are, there's a lot of things that come that there's really nothing I can do about. You know, I'm stiffer. This is not in a good way. It takes a while to limber up. My VO2 max and aerobic thresholds are certainly not getting any better. My recovery time is going to increase and increase as I march on towards 80s if I'm lucky. Oh, what a view. Anyway, and the heat, I've noticed, really gets to me a lot more now as I'm getting older. I really got whacked hard last year by heat for a few days when I was biking across the Pyrenees. Almost debilitating. And last week when I started this hike going counterclockwise, I think it was the heat even more than the smoke, although that definitely contributed to me just being so lethargic. Come to grips with the realities of getting older, and at the same time do everything you can to help mitigate the bad stuff of the past to myself. There's that splendid view. I'm gonna sit here and take it all in for a little bit before I head down to Sunrise. Northern Loop Trail Junction. Sunrise 2.3, but I'm not going to actually go to Sunrise. I'm going to stay on the Wonderland. All right. Down to White River. Round the corner to the big view. There it is. Enjoying this quiet wooded section down to White River. Okay, technically, this is it. This is where I left off going clockwise. I had to bail, but opposite direction, full circle. Yeah, nice break at White River. Washed my feet and taped a couple of spots, changed socks, you know, washed up in general. Redid my food. Did this all sitting at a picnic table, so it was kind of nice. Long day like this, you need a 30 or 40 minute break like that. This is quite a lovely stretch of forest here between Frying Pan Creek and White River. I mean, really. Does it get any better than this? Okay, arriving Summerland. I already took a snack break. All I need to do up here is get water. Keep on going. It's just past 5 p.m. Usually come through here at 6 or 7 p.m. on a 3-day. Opposite direction. Well, it's a pleasant time of evening. I see him over on that knoll. Quite a fabulous evening. Goodbye, Summerland. Definite border right here. Hello, rocks. There go the goats. I think I got a pretty good video of them. Climb up this mess. Still see some smoke over there from the wildcat fire, but thankfully not down in near Indian Bar. Had good service. Talked to my wife, figuring I can get across a fair amount of Ohanapekosh Park while I still have light, but at some point descending into Indian Bar, I'll have to turn it on. This is a special thing, being up in Ohanapekosh Park late or with the moon. Oh, nice whistle. Daughter and I transited here one time with a full moon above the clouds. It's incredible. Gorgeous. This whole slope stays snow covered for a lot of the season. Definitely July, lingering into August. It just depends on the year. Got this steepish little climb section here. Get you up above this ravine to my left. This will be the last recording. I've got about 8 miles to get to Nickel Creek. So all the Cowlitz Divide will be dark, and down into Indian Bar and everything. Enjoy this view before I start dropping down. All right, fill up the water. We'll finish this off. This is just really weird. It's just past 7 a.m. All the 3 days I've done. This is, for instance, going clockwise. This last section is the end of the 3rd day. You know, sometimes I've even hit Nickel Creek when it's getting dark. Well, I'm in Nickel Creek, and it's payback time. It's payback for my mileage deficit. It's payback for me getting up late. And now I'm gonna have to make it all up. This is start of the tough time. It's gonna be dark here in about 15-20 minutes or so. Box Canyon. I said earlier that when I reached White River that my number 40 was done because of that section Longmire to White River that I had done the week before and had to bail. But I talked to my wife, Panhandle Gap, when there was service, and she convinced me that instead of quitting here and getting a ride back to Longmire, that I should just finish it off since it's the 40th. So do the whole thing as one contiguous hike. My wife is never wrong. many, many times on the trail where I'm at a low point, suffering, hurting, way into the zone. And I'm thinking, what am I doing out here? And then there's times like this where, I don't know, everything seems to have come together this morning. It's a cool, crisp fall air kind of day. Despite my 31-mile day yesterday and late arrival, body just feels completely in tune. It's just something I'm riding on top of, and I don't have to think about it, and I can just enjoy the environment. Call it a little bit of euphoria. It's these moments I think we're all looking for when we go out. The euphoric feeling is elusive. You never know when it's going to hit. It's kind of nice that here on my last day of my 40th, I'm getting a taste of it. Coffee. I have a little break here at Maple Creek Camp. So just coming up on 9 a.m. Just not used to hiking this section in this direction at this time of day because, as I've mentioned before, if I'm going clockwise, then this is the end of a 3-day trip, and at some point, it's a sufferfest, and I'm getting into the dark, and so this is very refreshing to just have like this easy hike back to Longmire. It appears that there's been some recent work to kind of smooth out the trail along with the brush. Very nice. Thank you, trail crews. Huh, even this has been improved. But it still sucks. Okay, now it's just following the cairns across to the other side. This one's longer, but not as steep as the other side. And easier to do it without poles. Okay. That finishes the climb out of Stevens Canyon. Across the road, Longmire showing up. 7.5. That's a few hours yet. Yeah, this climb is hard, even when I'm fresh. All right, major part of the climb is done. There's, I don't know, maybe a couple hundred feet to go. All climbing complete. Final stretch. Longmire 5.5. I'm not sure what the temperature is. I'm guessing 62. But whatever it is, it's like the most perfect temperature for hiking. That's just a pleasant little creek. So much water in this park. Soon I'll cross the Nisqually and then a couple miles down the Longmire. It's Saturday, so there's a lot of day hikers out, but right now it just feels so peaceful and serene. Good afternoon. It's still going pretty strong. A nice, easy 1.7 mile stroll down the Longmire. This truly is the leisure hike. The official end of the leisure hike, and I was surprised by my daughter being here. Number 40, the leisure hike in the books.
Congratulations.
I don't know what to do now. 7 p.m. Too early to go to bed. I've already cleaned off by the creek, which is right here next to my site. Maybe I'll stretch a little bit and look at the photos.
I'll probably be going over the gap around 9 to 10 p.m. And it's been years since I've done that. I'm really quite looking forward to it.
Are you tired?
Yes.
From there it's a climb up to Mystic Pass, and that one's not so bad. As I say, this climb to Mystic Pass wasn't too hard, because if I did, I was an idiot.